The millionaire's mother begged his girlfriend to stop cutting her hair, until he rushed in shock. Rain tapped gently against the floor-to-ceiling windows of the penthouse suite, casting shimmering reflections across the marble floors. Alexander Sterling, tech mogul, self-made billionaire, and heir to nothing but grit, stood in the hallway outside his mother's guest room, a bouquet of white lilies in hand. He'd just returned from a week-long business trip in Tokyo, eager to surprise his mother, Eleanor, who'd been staying with him while recovering from a minor surgery. But as he neared the half-open door, a sound stopped him cold. "Please, please stop," came his mother's voice, soft, trembling, almost childlike. Alexander's heart clenched. He peeked through the crack in the door. There, standing beside his mother's chair, was his girlfriend of 2 years, Vanessa. Her designer dress hugged her frame, her diamond earrings catching the afternoon light. But her expression? It wasn't the warm, elegant woman he'd fallen for. It was cold, calculating. In her hand, she held a pair of silver scissors. And in her other hand, clutched like a trophy, was a thick lock of Eleanor's silver-streaked hair. "No," Eleanor whispered, tears streaming down her wrinkled cheeks. "It's all I have left of your father. He loved my hair." "Oh, Eleanor, don't be dramatic. You're practically balding anyway. Besides," she added, her voice dripping with condescension, "you're lucky Alexander even lets you stay here. You're just dead weight." Alexander's blood turned to ice. He remembered how Vanessa had always been polite in front of him but distant, even dismissive when he wasn't looking. He'd brushed it off as stress or his mother being overly sensitive. But this was cruelty. Before he could stop himself, he burst through the door. "What the hell are you doing?" His voice thundered through the room like a storm. Both women froze. Vanessa's eyes widened in panic, then quickly masked with false innocence. "Alex, you're back early. I was just helping your mom trim her hair. She asked me to." "Liar," Eleanor cried, her voice breaking. She clutched the remaining strands of her hair like a shield. "She's been doing this for days, cutting it while I slept, saying I looked old, ugly." Alexander dropped the flowers. They scattered across the floor like fallen stars. He strode toward Vanessa, his towering frame casting a shadow over her. "Get out." "Alex, wait!" She reached for his arm, but he recoiled as if burned. "You tormented my mother, in my home, while I trusted you. You don't get to speak. You don't get to explain. You get to leave now." Vanessa's face finally cracked. "You're choosing her over me. She's just an old woman. I gave you everything, my time, my beauty, my connections." "You gave me nothing but lies," Alexander said, his eyes glistening. "My mother gave me life, love, sacrifice. She worked 3 jobs to put me through school while living in a 1-bedroom apartment. She sold her wedding ring to buy my first laptop. And you cut her hair like she was nothing." Vanessa's face twisted in fury. She threw the scissors onto the floor with a clatter and stormed out, her heels clicking like gunshots down the hall. Silence fell. Alexander knelt before his mother, tears finally spilling over. "I'm so sorry, Mom. I should have seen it. I should have protected you." Eleanor reached out a trembling hand and cupped his cheek. "You came when it mattered, my boy. That's all a mother ever needs." He helped her up gently and led her to the bathroom mirror. Her reflection showed a woman shorn unevenly, patches of scalp visible, her once proud hair reduced to fragments. But her eyes, still bright, still full of love. "I'll shave it all off," Alexander said softly. "We'll get you a beautiful wig, or we'll go bald together." Eleanor laughed through her tears. "You always were dramatic." That night, Alexander canceled his next 3 meetings. He called his stylist and had her come to the penthouse. Together, He and his mother sat side by side as their hair was shaved clean, two bald heads gleaming under the soft lights, two hearts mending in silence. The next morning, Alexander made headlines, not for a new acquisition, but for launching the Eleanor Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to elder care, dignity, and combating elder abuse. In the press conference, he stood beside his mother, both wearing matching scarves. Kindness isn't weakness. Respect isn't optional. And family is everything. Vanessa disappeared from the social scene soon after. Rumor had it she tried to reach out, begging for another chance. Alexander never answered. Months later, Eleanor's hair began to grow back, soft, silver, and strong. And every Sunday, without fail, Alexander cooked her favorite meal, sat at her feet like he did as a child, and listened to her stories. Because in the end, wealth means nothing without love, and love means nothing without respect. If this story moved you, if you believe in honoring those who raised us, in standing up for the vulnerable, and in choosing kindness over convenience, please like, share, and subscribe to ACA Storytales, because every heart deserves a second chance, and every mother deserves to be cherished. Thanks for watching.